welcome to my channel. I've got the fool looking through the back door, and we're going to be doing a nitty-gritty one. I've been getting constantly, since I opened up this channel, I've been getting many requests about this. It looks like that there's certain people that have said that the 17th Earl of Pembroke is the ginger-haired one's father. I'm from old school, and I remember ever since, well, let's just say, I remember Charles taking off an hour after he was back home. The newborn Harry was back home with his mother, and he took off to a polo match allegedly, and of course Camilla was there. We all know that even on the body language side of things, when he was interviewed, when Charles was interviewed and asked how loyal he was, of course he lied. You could see that, and we all know that anyway. Diana also declared that. So we'll get over that and we'll find out what the story is. We know that there's no problems with William because, well, back then she had to be a virgin, right? So at least we know William is who, you know, the correct line, okay? When it comes to the ginger-haired one, now, like I said, I'm old school and I believed it was Hewitt. There are so many pictures out there, and it's like, prove me wrong. However, over the course of time, there have also been some pictures, but they're not really referring to the father per se. They're referring to the brother. Sorry, to his son, William. And yes, we've got Henry, Herbert, and we've got William Pembroke, right? So that's the 17th and 18th Earl of Pembroke. So I'm thinking, this is weird. This is weird. It was only just recently in one of the comments that apparently lots of other tarot readers have said that this Pembroke, the 17th Earl, is the father. So I'm thinking, okay, well, you know, fair enough. But people are still asking me. So I'm not here to debunk any tarot readers, because at the end of the day, it depends on the energies that you put on the cards. And even when I did ask previously, I think the question was the 18th Earl, not the 17th Earl, and of course, not possible. It was only about 4, 5 or 6 or something like that. So we know it wasn't him. However, when I did a picture look at what someone actually sent it to me and said, can you please read, look at this, and I'm going, yeah, okay, well, they just look like brother and sister, right? It wasn't until I realized that was the 17th Earl, and I'm thinking, well, you know, when you look, you could see he's much older, and you could see that Diana was very young. I know that there was 17 years the difference between him and Charles. Diana and Charles, but I mean, to add on another couple of years, I mean, about 22 years roughly, I just think that's crazy. However, I looked into it. I didn't just look into it, but I read the photo, quite, and some of you may know that I do actually do photo reads as well, and I did get a line. I absolutely got a line, but I got a family line. Through which I thought, I knew that the Spencers had more royal blood in them than what the current British royal family did, right? I knew that. However, it wasn't that one. It was actually from James Seymours' line and James Seymours' brother. So when you go through, and I thought, okay, well, I need to work out what kind of line we're talking about, you know, because there is likenesses. You can see there's likenesses when it comes to not only Herbert looking like Diana, you can also see that Harry does look similar to Herbert's son William, right? So, or Henry Herbert it is, the 17th and the 18th Earl, right? So yeah, I just quickly asked, and I got a summary so I could show you guys, and it turns out that the Spencer side is actually related to James Seymour's brother, and the Pembroke side is actually related to James Seymours' side of things, allegedly. So basically, it looks like that Jane Seymour's daughter, I think it was, married the first Earl of Pembroke. Okay, anyway, I'll put it up there to stop me babbling. And you guys, by all means, pause. You guys can actually see the kind of research that I did, because I don't like to, create anything. So what I like to do is, because, sorry, I'm from old school and I still believe there is actual truth, there's proof of a farmer saying that Diana actually not only called James when he was in hospital, when she was in hospital with Harry, but also being seen around 82, 83 with James. So, cards. Let's find out, what's the story? What's the story between Harry, Henry, and James? Henry Herbert, or Herbert Henry, and James Hewitt. Okay, so Three of Swords reverse, the World, the Ten of Swords reverse, the Seven of Pentacles, and King Charles. Okay, wow. The cards are actually saying there's a lot of betrayal. There's absolutely betrayal, and it's come from King Charles. So you've got the betrayal here, okay, which we already know that anyway, okay. It would appear that whatever seed was planted at the time was not, it didn't grow, okay. It went rotten, and it basically ruined whatever hope of reconciliation there was between them. So it would appear that just maybe, yeah, just maybe one of them is, okay. This is really, really touchy. We're talking biologically only, because at the end of the day, Diana was married anyway. So of course he does have the right to call himself Prince Harry. Okay. Let's just keep going. I would have liked to have said, yeah, Charles is the father. All right, Ten of Wands, Five of Pentacles, and Justice reverse. Ten of Wands is also reverse. We need to stop this, right? Basically, we need this unburden. It does go on and on and on. I know there's so many people and they say, well, I still believe this and I still believe that, and that's fine. It's up to everyone to do their own research. However, whatever had happened with the seed that didn't grow, literally, right, it was unjust. It was unbalanced, and it also caused the divorce, the first startings or the startings of the divorce. So this divorce took a long, long time to come through. And I think Charles's actions, a newborn father actions, half an hour later or an hour later, just to go and leave the mother and newborn, right? I think actions speak a lot louder than words. So Charles is well and truly aware of the situation of Harry. And that would make him probably why he has that joke, quote unquote, of who is your father, who would know kind of thing. I think deep down, some people joke and they use humour as an excuse for being a Scorpio. Not so much of a joke, allegedly. Coming in from out the cold and being ruined here. This what happened with Harry ruined everything. Allegedly entertainment purposes only. All right, King of Pentacles. That's not helping. You know why that's not helping? Because both the 17th Earl, and James are Taurus, right? Both of them. So now we've got confirmation that we've got one of them or both of them, washing over this reading. And we're talking about some sort of change here, some sort of change, to change the narrative, to change the direction, but it's all for the money. It's all for money. So who was the one that would have benefited most? Allegedly entertainment purposes only. Very, very dark times. Very, very dark times. And it was all ego-based as well. Absolutely ego-based. And also knows the truth. And also knows what the story is. All right. The Four of Pentacles. The King of Swords. The Six of Cups. The King of Wands. And the Three of Wands. Okay, so whoever this King of Pentacles is, well, one's passed anyway, okay, and the other one's very, very old, that looks more like him as father, right? There's lawyers involved here, absolutely lawyers involved about the past, 100% about the past, and they have to be very, very careful what they say, because MI5, MI6 are onto them, and they will be for the rest of their time. No deals. I do believe that Hewitt has tried many times to merge off of this, to merge off of Diana, but has constantly, and to this day, denied any relationship pre-Harry being born. This is all a narrative here. This is all a narrative, and I would believe, allegedly, there's money involved as well. Okay, 10 of Cups, 7 of Wands, 2 of Cups, 5 of Wands, and the Knight of Cups. And Knight of Cups reverse, 5 of Wands reverse, and 7 of Wands reverse. Lots of wands. Lots of wands, and all negative, carrying from over the 3 of Wands, all for happy families and the union, literally, and the union. It's not helping when they are both the same star sign. Even if the Hierophant came out, it's just confirming that one of them is there, but Charles isn't. But what happened is that this is definitely 100%, the birth of him was the end of that marriage. As Diana knew it, there was no second chances or anything like that. That was it. When it looks like there's some sort of lawyer involved, I do believe that MI6 is well and truly onto this, all over this. It will get squashed if there's any other information, like the information that I found about the hospital, and then when I went back, that was scrubbed. Like I said, everything's well and truly onto it. There's no knight in shining armor at the end of the day. What they're saying is that there's a lot of problems in-house, there's a lot of arguments, and it's indefensible what happened. When you look about what's indefensible, what happens, of course, we're talking about Charles being the father, and how all this is all coming back. It keeps coming back. It's never going to end, or just for happy families. I'm going to pull one more because it's really, really hard to find out. I think there's a lot of censorship here behind the scenes. Yeah, there you go. There's still censorship behind the scenes. You've got someone that wants to go into calmer waters. It's all about the legacy, the inheritance. It's all about everything, right? It's all based on the royal family, literally, at home in the UK. The secret is out, but it's constantly being worked on, and it's constantly being protected. The fact that the secret is out here, I'm still going. I know a lot of people, and I'm probably going to contradict all fellow tarot readers, but I'm still going with Hewitt. And I know everyone's going to say, no, it's not right, it's not right, but I've actually found it. I've actually found where there is a farmer that declared it. He wants to be anonymous for certain reasons. Well, we've got MI5, MI6 here. But I did actually find it. And I know, and I remember that a matron or someone in the hospital actually said she phoned James in the hospital. Now, why would she want to phone James in the hospital if she didn't meet him until Harry was like 18 months old or something, right? Allegedly, intent purposes only. I'm not getting, even though I'm from old school, I'm not getting any other line, any other energy from any of the Earls apart from distant cousins. I am getting a family line, absolutely. I'm getting that. But I'm not getting a relationship line, allegedly. And there you have it. I'm sorry I couldn't pull out any more information. I always knew it was going to be confusing. I always knew it was going to be covered up. Because at the end of the day, there's confirmation there that whatever seed was planted, it was the end of the relationship, end of that marriage. So DNA testing was done in hospital, and Charles knew before they left the hospital. And his actions spoke louder than his words. At the end of the day, he's still his father. Charles is Harry's father. But biologically, not so much, allegedly. All right. Let me know what you think. If you've got any other proof, I'd love to see it. I didn't know about the photo until it was emailed. My email's in the descriptions and on my channel if you need that. But yeah, I mean, let's just hope that Diana rests in peace. What will be, and she saw Harry as a gift. So I'm just going to revert back to my original reading with the runes because they are ancient and they do carry lines as well, allegedly, and entertainment purposes only. And on that note, please like, share and subscribe, and I'll see you again soon. Bye.